It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Track Brewing Company and it's a can of their Flight Pale Ale coming in at 4.9% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. Love the artwork on the can. They're based in Manchester in the UK. Without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Had a 3.8% ABV. Track Brewing Company. It was called Sonama about 4 or 5 days ago. It was absolutely fantastic. One of the best 3-point-something% ABV beers I've ever had. Just so drinkable, so smashable, so sessionable. It was wonderful. It really was. This beer in the glass is a 4-finger white head. Hazy looking, I'm gonna say between straw coloured and amber in colour. Good levels of carbonation, as you can see rolling up the side of the glass there. Let's get the aroma. Lots of tangerine. Tangerine mixed with a little bit of grapefruit. Passion fruit, kiwi maybe. Very, very tropical. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows, that is an absolutely fantastic beer. Massively drinkable, massively smashable. Super refreshing, super juicy. Pineapple chunks mixed with orange, tangerine flavours, passion fruit, mango, citrus, a little bit of sweetness to begin with, a little bit of bitterness on the back end. It's not overly bitter. This beer is all about the flavours in the middle of the palate. So if you're new to the industry, if you're new to craft beer, how we generally describe flavour is sweetness to begin with, bitterness on the back end, and everything else in the middle. So all of them big, what the brewer is looking to do is introduce you to like grapefruit and pineapple and mango and citrus and beautiful flavors, and this brewery's done that really well. A really lovely balanced beer. Again, 4.9% ABV. I like what they're doing. I like the fact that what I've had so far, I think it was 3.8 and now 4.9. They're all in that kind of ballpark, session strength but full of flavour beer. Mouthfeel. Mouthfeel, again, 4.9% ABV. You're not looking for a mass amount of malt to go into the beer. So, a nice, drinkable, refreshing mouthfeel. Sorry, itchy nose. That last sentence was dominated by, I need to get out my sentence, but I need to scratch my nose at the same time. And awful. The one thing, or your ear or your nose, you're like, oh, I just can't. I need to itch it. Your arm, you can give it a couple of seconds. Your elbow, whatever. Your nose, oh, once your nose itches, got you. What was I saying? Yeah, so the brewer puts a lot of malt in the beer. That malt essentially gets the sugar gets extracted from the malt. The sugar from the malt then gets turned into alcohol. So if you imagine, the more malt you add, the more alcohol you're going to get. The least malt, and more mouthfeel, more creamy mouthfeel. But when you start to draw back on that malt, then not put so much in, you're not producing so much sugar, you have a lower ABV. So I think what Track Brewing are doing, I mean, I imagine they do double IPAs and all sorts of New England IPAs as well, but what I've had from them so far is real good session strength beer. Great lacing on the glass, fantastic aroma, fantastic spiky, hoppy, tropical, slightly spicy flavours on the back end. I'm ready to rate it. Ready to rate it. I like that. I really like it. Let's read what the brewer says. Nose. The malts extra pale, flaked oats, light Munich wheat, hops, Mosaic, Citra, Vic Secret, Sabro, and the yeast is LA3. Yeah, they're brewed in Sheffield Street. It's made in Sheffield Street in Manchester. Fantastic stuff. Really good. Really good stuff. Really, I mean, Track Brewing, for me, only the second beer I've ever had from them, but it's really good quality stuff. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!